ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille? Ever since Gloria Swanson delivered this powerhouse line in the film Sunset Boulevard, the entertainment industry has been on fire. Film, television, and of course, music. Today I'll be chatting with Grammy-nominated singer V. Bozeman. She starred as Veronica in Fox's Empire and is currently starring in BET's television's Sacrifice, where she plays the feisty Tamika. What does it take to succeed in the industry as a double act? Miss Bozeman and I are about to have a real conversation. Hi, V. How are you?
Good. How are you doing over there?
Great. It's nice to see you.
You too. You as well. Happy to be here.
Great. So we are just going to jump right into it. You are a model, actress, Grammy-nominated singer. How do you navigate the world of the entertainment industry?
How do I navigate?
Yes.
um, that's a great question. Right out the gate, huh? No, I kind of just rock to my own beat, my own vibration. You know, as time goes on, you learn to, just be yourself, and you learn so many lessons along the way and how to move in certain spaces that
Mhm.
will benefit you and your team. You just act accordingly. You always keep integrity first and foremost, uh, the top of the list. Your belief system, keep that solid, and just keep it fun. Don't take yourself
Mhm.
seriously all the time, because it's a lot of business that goes on. And, if you allow it to taint the creative process, it starts to become not so fun. So I
Mhm.
try to just have fun in my creative spaces, do business with integrity, and treat people kind. So that's
Perfect.
how I'm.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Speaking of team, speaking of team, I know how important having great people around you is to you. I know how important that is to you. Having from management to agents and things like that. There's so many aspects of the business that so many people who want to pursue that industry, whether it's singing or acting, that they don't think about. They see the glitz and the
Yeah.
glamour. What are some of the pitfalls that you've personally experienced or you've known other entertainers to have experienced that you could tell tell us about?
Um, it's a lot of pitfalls. It's interesting you asked that question, because I was just talking to my
Mhm.
mom earlier about, one of the worst things you can do as a creative, as an artist in the industry, is thinking that you are bigger than your gift. Our
Mm.
gift was given to us by the Almighty. That's number one. So it's really not you who people are in love with.
Mhm.
It's your gift. It's what God gave you. So when you start thinking that you're bigger than that, and it's you, and that ego starts to inflate, that's like when you're kind of headed down the wrong road, in my opinion. You have
Mhm.
to stay grounded. You have to stay hungry. You have to stay humble and appreciate, the what you reap from your gift, And I just think that when artists start believing their own
Hi.
hype, exactly, you start thinking on another
Mhm.
vibration, another wavelength, and it can cause a downward spiral
Mhm.
before you know it. So
Because one of the more impressive things about you, outside of your talent, of course, because
Thank you.
That's undeniably, like, there's no debate there that you are
So kind, girl.
incredible. That you're incredible. But your humility, you've managed to remain so humble and so grounded within this space. I mean, you opened up Empire with this beautiful ballad where over 20 million viewers got to hear your voice and hear that song, Love Is. What is love? I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
And to see yourself in that moment and in that time and in that space, if you could go back, what was the feeling when it first hit you, like, oh my God, that's me, and this is how everyone's reacting to, as you said, my gift, that God-given gift? When did it hit you that your talent was larger than yourself?
I knew God gave me something special when I was a little girl. Before
Mm-hmm.
anybody ever knew who V. Bozeman was, when I was in church and nobody knew me but the members at my church. And when I would sing, I would see, the effect it had. And I always knew it was an anointment. I was always told that. I always felt that. I always knew that. So when Empire came along and it allowed me the opportunity to showcase my talent, I didn't know in what capacity. I didn't know I was going to open up a
Mm-hmm.
whole series. And when I saw it when everybody else saw it at the premiere. And I was very grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I was uh I was grateful. It wasn't like such a surprise, but it was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's the power of God. And I was just thankful that I was able to rise to the occasion. Because when I recorded the song, I was just in my creative space. I was having a good time with Jim Beans and Timberland. And I would say,
Mm-hmm.
like, at 3 in the morning, Jim was like, yo, we need to do this song for Lee right quick, for Lee Daniels. And I'm like, it's 3 in the morning. I just been singing for 10 hours. He was like, come on, we can do it, we can do it. So I was like, okay.
And you did
So
that.
and we did it. And it was fun. I fell in love with the record and
Mm-hmm.
everything else happened. So
Mm-hmm.
God just is the master positioner.
You talked about some of those doors opening up. What has the ride been like since then? What have you been working on since then? What's been going on with you?
That's a good question. You ask me great questions. No, that's been a hell of a ride. The Empire ride
Mm-hmm.
was a hell of a ride. It was a one of many intros to me being on a grand stage. Prior to that, I had, a great space and era with Timothy Bloom, and that got a lot of buzz when we did Till the End
Mm-hmm.
of Time. And then that bridged over to me meeting Timberland, which he knew Lee Daniels. Empire happened. We rode on that ride. And along the way, Empire was so quick, so fast. I was still trying to find myself as an artist
Mm-hmm.
outside of that TV series. I've always been a singer, and I had
Yeah.
just started finding my voice, trying to figure out what my sound was. And then Empire happened. So it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like I had to attend to that while still trying to find myself,
Mm-hmm.
and establish myself as a singer, outside of this Empire whole situation. So it's been wavy. It's been ups, downs, and I'm just so grateful that, like a domino effect, things have come by way of Empire and allowed me to, you know, be in so many different spaces, from acting to singing to being in front of legends to working with legends.
Mm-hmm.
And, now as of recent, I finally found, my voice as an artist. I'm so self-assured more than I've ever been before because of
Mhm.
growth, because of experiences. And yeah, it's taking me on a hell of a ride. And it's like, as an artist, you always look at other people like, wow. Well, sometimes you look at other people and you're like, wow, look at their success and this is that and the other.
Yeah.
But you really have to remind yourself like your journey is your journey, no matter
Mhm.
what, you know.
Yes.
Um, I hate to be long-winded, but we just lost Tina Turner today. And she was a
Mhm.
great, great inspiration for me. I'm so connected to her in so many ways. People have no idea.
Mhm.
And just the belief and self-belief she had in herself, and all the obstacles that she overcame. And to have such a mega stardom, she was always a star, but she turned into a mega star like the second half
Yeah.
of her career. And that's like unheard of in the 80s, let alone, now. But it reminds me that your journey is your journey. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what the next person is doing. It's all about you and what you're doing. And
Yeah. And
yeah,
that
it's been a
outside
hell of
of
a
the
ride.
journey, outside of that journey that we get to see you taking, on the big screen with your music and with your acting, there's a personal journey that's happening internally
Yeah,
behind closed doors. That's just you and yourself. And I'm so happy that you talked about that growth, that process that people really don't think has anything to do with the trajectory of where your career goes and how
that's
you're going to
right.
be able to manage it because you have to be strong.
You have to be resilient. You really do. You have to be
Mhm.
resilient, and you really just have to have thick skin, because
Mhm.
I'm telling you, you will get more no's than yeses. And you will,
Yes.
because the human side of you, you're gonna question yourself, like, man,
Mhm.
am I supposed to be doing? Am I good enough? Those voices, that noise starts, just
Yeah.
constantly keep the chatter up in your head. But you have to like always keep your gift in mind and know that, wow, God chose me to hone this gift and to have this gift. Let me just stay focused in that and stay true to that. It will see you through. When you
Mhm.
find purpose, it's a very, very important thing. Like, I know why I am here. I know
Yes.
what my purpose is. So
Oh,
nothing
I'm
can
so
really take
happy that
me
you
from,
said that.
yeah. Like
I
nothing
always
can.
I go by that. Like passion, when passion meets purpose, that's it. You found it.
Yeah.
We're going to come right back and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the entertainment industry. So, a part of being in the entertainment industry sometimes is taking on these roles that are clear departures from who we are as
Right.
people in real life. And I discovered this when I was writing, when I decided to move from being a singer and to just focus on the writing aspect of that. And there were times when I found myself on projects where I was like, I don't have any personal experience with this. Like, I can't relate to this, but I have to write something that other people can relate to. You are currently a part of Sacrifice, hit show
Yes.
on BET, and I love that gangster type character that you play. I'm sorry, but Tamika is one of my favorite roles that I've seen you in thus far. How close is her character to you?
Tamika, she's a spitfire. It's
Mm-hmm.
50-50. Tamika's very thorough. She's very
Mm-hmm.
focused, career driven. She cares about her family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's highly intelligent. She tries to stay in front of the curve,
Mm-hmm.
ahead of everything else. Um, and she's passionate, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I'm all those things. especially when it comes to yeah, everything. My career, family,
Mhm.
beliefs. And she set standards for herself, such as
Mhm.
just performing uh to her fullest potential.
Mhm.
Now, aside from that, she works in corporate, you know. I do not work in corporate, never wanted to. And
Never.
yeah. And she has, like, you'll see on the next season that comes, she has some 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 big goals, big dreams,
Mhm.
that will be challenging, but uh actually that's like a similarity. That will be challenging, but I
Mhm.
feel like the harder the challenge, the more she will rise to the occasion. So
Are you more
Tamika,
drawn to go ahead.
yeah, and so Tamika and VR are pretty similar, in a lot of ways. She don't have no kids though. I don't have any kids. Tamika got kids, all of that. I don't I ain't into all of that. But
Do
in
you
terms
find
of,
yourself drawn to certain roles that do challenge you?
I am. I'm a
Mhm.
Capricorn. I
Okay.
love First of all, I love acting. I love the creative space to build up a character from
Mhm.
a character's background story from the ground up, and really grow and evolve with this character or whatever character that is presented to me, and make it my own. It's a challenge because it's like you have so many when roles come to you, you really have to set aside your
Mhm.
personal self, and act and come up with a whole nother person. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, I don't know. What's that? It's a thing. It's a syndrome that people have when they have multiple personalities and stuff.
Schizophrenia?
Yeah, like, a lot
Yeah.
of times you hear actors having bouts of schizophrenia because it's
Mhm.
real. Like, you really have, it's a psychological thing.
And it becomes one of the darker sides of acting as well when you really
It
have
does.
to take on these major roles that are just so far left from who you really are.
Absolutely. So you have to keep that in check, but at the same
Mhm.
time, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun, and you get to explore in a different kind of way.
Now, there's clearly there are amazing upsides to the entertainment industry, to fame and success,
Yeah.
but there are also clearly some downsides to that. And what I find so interesting and what I love about where your career has gone is you're finding yourself in these places and in these spaces where seems to be an intricate part of it,
Yeah.
empire, and then now it's sacrifice. And what I find really cool about those shows is that they're showing the politics behind the
Yeah.
industry.
That's
They're
right.
really like diving into the behind the scenes, like it
Yeah.
ain't all what you
Exactly.
see out here on the stage. There's a lot more that goes on. There's a lot of
Yeah.
corruption. There's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff happening that can break the spirit of an artist. I
Yes.
mean, what are some of those things that you can shed some light on as an artist self, but also just being a part of these types of shows that tell these stories?
Um. Well, the first question was what again? Say that one more time.
Finding yourself in these spaces where there's a lot more in depth going on regarding the entertainment industry.
Oh,
It's not just about the talent. It's not just about
yeah.
the artist. There's just a lot of politics that's going on.
Yeah, it is, because really 75% of this is politics. It has nothing to do with you, your talent, nothing. And it gets very, very frustrating. That's why you have to really separate the two. Like when I'm recording, or if I'm getting ready for a show or something like that, I don't want, I really kind of go under a rock and I get away from the politics because it could really corrupt everything and just kind of interrupt your creative,
That
space.
process, yeah.
So yeah, I try to keep that as pure as I can because that's a very sacred space. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm glad for shows like Empire or Sacrifice because, you know, it gives the artist a very unfiltered perspective and an unfiltered view of what really goes on behind the scenes.
Hmm.
You have people that have horrible intentions. You see how money can corrupt things that are, can things that are so good, and things
Hmm.
can turn so bad and just like like so fast. Money is like such the root of all evil. I know it's so cliche to say, but it's so
Hmm.
true.
Yeah.
It's so many hands in the pot when you deal with certain artists, or when you sign to certain labels. It's not just you know you anymore.
Hmm.
It's a whole staff of people that have an opinion and a say so in what
Yeah.
how successful you are, you know?
And the expectations and these expectations where people expect you to simply lower your principles, your values, your
Absolutely.
standards for the
Yeah.
bottom line.
Thank God that it didn't lead me to the wrong path. I met people, early on in my career to guide me through, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I, give credit to, Monica Payne, Max Booth. They've
Hmm.
really like been stellar in, playing that position in my career. So very, very vital.
How important was it for you to surround yourself with those types of spirits, with those types of people?
Very important because honestly, early on in my career, I was around wolves. I was around bad people, people that had, you know, bad intentions,
Hmm.
people that weren't sewing into me as a young artist, teaching me how to move, teaching me what to look
Hmm.
out for. I was taken advantage of for sure because I was just, a girl from South Central LA. I didn't know anything about nothing. I just knew I had a gift and I wanted to sing.
Hmm.
And, when you have a certain light, people in this industry, they can see it like spot
Yeah.
on,
Yes.
and they will come after you like a vampire, and they will suck the life and the light out of you if you're not protected.
Yeah.
So I learned a few lessons early on that didn't break me, thank God. And I apply all those lessons, and it's seen me through to this day. So
That's beautiful. So there's a lot that clearly goes into polishing an artist to get them to comfortably fit into any space within the industry. But as we were just discussing, sometimes there are things that will happen within the entertainment industry that will break you if you are not surrounded by the right set of people. So, what were some of those experiences for you? How did you get through them, overcome them? And what are some of the coping mechanisms that you would like to share?
um I would say that, early on in my career, I was introduced to a horrible person. I was 19 years old, and I just was introduced to a horrible person. And I was broke down for about 3.5, maybe 4 years of engaging with this person as my manager. And during that time, it was a lot of soul searching. It was a lot of you know, just trying to find myself as a young woman, you know what I mean? And what brought me back was number one, reminding myself of my purpose and leaning on my gift and understanding that protecting that was like very crucial in the trajectory of my career. Two was my mother.
Mhm.
She was my rock. I know she prayed for me during those times because my mother saw me before anybody. The gift,
Mhm.
the whatever, the world saw or sees, my mother saw, so she prayed for me during that time, and she's always been my rock. Um and just learning how to really take your time and don't be afraid to look people in the eye and ask questions and practice discernment and
Mhm.
really getting to know somebody before you step into business with them. I like to engage with people on more of a, I'm not going to say like too personal, but you have to get to know people and their characters,
Yes. Yeah.
alongside
Yeah.
doing business with them. You know,
Mhm.
I've learned that it's not always transactional. Relationships are very vital when it comes
Mhm.
to your longevity in the business. Um, thank God that Monica Payne came into my life, and she connected with me, and I gravitated to her because she used to be an artist, and she really understood where I was as a young woman, trying to figure it out. And she had this passion and this love and this sense of protection
Mhm.
for me that reminded me so much of my mother. And, she's been with me till this day, from day one, honestly. And I just knew, like, deep down, like, I need this woman in my life. Like, I need her
Yeah.
guidance,
Mhm.
and that's turned into a over 15 year, friendship. We were more than just, artist management. It's more than that.
Yeah.
And
Has kind of been somewhat of a mentor to you, more
absolutely.
than that. And I think that's so incredible because in such a competitive industry and in a society where women are pitted against one another,
Hmm.
especially strong, talented
That's
women,
right.
the fact that you were able to see that value in Monica and what she brought to not just the table where the business was concerned, but to you just as an individual, just as a
Oh my God.
person, the
Yes.
fact that you saw the usefulness of her in the process of your growth, I think is amazing because it shows that we can do this, we can work together, and we
That's
can
right.
establish this really great bond of sisterhood, even within the most competitive of circumstances.
Exactly. And it was so important for me because I had been through so much
Hmm.
at such a young age being an artist. When she came into my life, I instantly gravitated to her, like instantly. And it's so funny. I'll tell you this quick story. I was in a group, when I met her, and we were signing Babyface. And that group, I mean, they hated Monica. They hated her. They couldn't stand her. But I know why. They just were not ready for, or they weren't used to being around a woman like that.
Hmm.
Somebody that knew the business, was very, matter of fact, confident,
Hmm.
beautiful, sassy.
They get intimidated by it.
They get intimidated. But I saw the
Yeah.
boss in her because I
Hmm.
was like, this is power right here. We're
Hmm.
already in a male dominated industry. Why wouldn't you want to have somebody like Monica Payne, be on your side representing you? Why wouldn't you want to
Hmm.
have somebody like a Tina Davis, a Sylvia Rome?
Yeah.
Like, that's they all started somewhere also. So I saw the greatness in her just like she saw what she saw in me. And we just been like this ever since, and
I love
I
it.
hope that, women can support each other, like that So I mean, right now it's better than it ever was. And I think women have realized too over time, look, we're more powerful in numbers. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like
Yes.
we are like smart as hell.
Yeah.
So I just think that we've embraced that so much more than ever before. And I'm just grateful for it and grateful for Monica. But those girls, they did not like Monica. They did not like Monica. Because she would tell them the truth.
She was telling
Some
it
people
how it was.
that's
Yeah.
right. Because she expected excellence. She wanted us to operate in our fullest potential. But when
Hmm.
people aren't there yet, they take that as, they get defensive.
Criticism.
That's right. Because they're
They
not
take
doing
it
what
as
they're supposed to be
criticism.
doing. Yeah, that's
How
right.
have you found collaborations within the industry to be? You've worked with a lot of other females within the
Mhm.
business. How has that been for you in regards to just the narrative shifting?
It's been good.
Hmm.
I've been able to, especially like on the business side, I haven't had too many collaborations with like women as far as like artistry wise, but business wise,
Hmm.
from stylists to publicists to executives to directors. I mean, women have really been a force, and I celebrate that.
Hmm.
I really do. We're in a lot of powerful places, and sit in some powerful seats. And I just love watching a woman just move in her power and feminine.
Yeah.
Um, and we really look out for each other along the way. And
Hmm.
I've been blessed to experience that for sure. Absolutely. Artist wise, I've gotten a lot of encouragement, so many gems from artists like from Patti LaBelle's, from
Oh.
from Shaka Khan's, and
Hmm.
you know from Monica, from Jennifer Hudson,
Hmm.
just a lot of people that you wouldn't that Deborah Cox, that you think
Yeah.
you're not even on their radar.
Yeah.
But
You
people.
you probably grew up listening to some of those
Exactly.
legends.
Exactly. So, let alone to be acknowledged by these people,
Hmm.
it's um it's humbling. It's really humbling. Tony Braxton, I could
Hmm.
call Tony, or she can hit me and say, "Sis, I'm watching you. We
Yeah.
need to see, let's connect." People that are really rooting for you more than you could ever have imagined. So
Yeah.
I'm blessed in that for sure.
Well, you have managed to handle your success and your career with such grace. When we come back, we're going to talk about just how you sustain that in that position that you're in. How does one sustain this? So, V, you seem to have seamlessly glided over from singer to actress so effortlessly. There are so many people who do this and kind of lose themselves. There's so many people who do that and they struggle with that balance. How does one, or how have you managed to stay relevant?
I really just I try to have fun.
Mhm.
Like I said, relationships are everything in this industry. You have to move with integrity, period.
Mhm.
And I really pride myself on that as a woman, as an artist, as a human being.
Mhm.
Um, and I surround myself with people in my village that you know aspire to just be their best selves, honestly. And they expect that from me. And we challenge each other. all the time to evolve and to grow, and we check each other, you
Mhm.
know. Like I said, you need people around you that are organic and know you, love you, celebrate you, and can like tug on your coattail like you tripping. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
And you have to also keep God first. And
Mhm.
He's operated with me in such a way where when I know it's Him, I know it's Him. When it's not Him, I know it's not Him.
Mhm.
And my antennas are always up when it comes to that. I stay grounded in that. So, and I lean on my gift. And that's just like me leaning on God because He gave it to me.
He gave it to
So
you.
that's right. It is not
Mhm.
mine, it's His. It's mine to be responsible. I'm supposed to be responsible for it, but I'm just a vessel. And we have to really remind ourselves of that as artists because you're in this industry. People cater to you in all kinds of ways. They pump you up, even when you
Mhm.
don't need to be pumped up, they pump you up. So you have to really just stay grounded in what it really is instead of the
Do you
fluff.
find it hard to sometimes decipher between when people are being genuine and when their intentions are pure and when they're not?
No, I'm very clear on energies. I'm very clear on energies, people's intention. I can spot it a mile away
Mhm.
because I've been through a lot, you
Mhm.
know, and lessons learned and how
So
you
what would
apply
you
it.
say to young artists who want to do this, but they either deal with naysayers or they don't know who to trust or they don't think that they're strong enough because now they're realizing that it's more than just having the voice. There are tons of people out here with amazing voices and they either plateau or they just never make it. So what do you say to those individuals who really want to make this their career?
Hone in on your gift. Don't
Mhm.
take it for granted. Always work hard at it
Mhm.
and do your research. Look at the people that's paved the way for you. Look at their stories um,
Mhm.
and really apply, their lessons to your journey because they will come. It's like a revolving door. It's kind of like the same lessons. They just come in different forms. That's all. You have to and keep people around you that you trust from the beginning.
Mhm.
Don't always look at what everybody else is doing. Be self-assured in what you're doing and
Mhm.
in your gift and what you're supposed to be doing. Stop looking at everybody else, and
Or how
challenge
fast
yourself.
things are moving for everybody
That's right.
else.
Exactly. Because like I said earlier, everybody's journey is their journey. You cannot compare yourself to this person and that person. You should be your biggest, you know, um, critic. You should be
Mhm.
the person that you like when you look in the mirror. Are you satisfied with what you did today
Mhm.
regarding your artistry? And did you do everything you needed to do to get this information and get to A to B to C? You know what I'm saying? That's you. You have to look in the mirror and answer those questions. So, yeah, stay focused and know that God gave you the gift. It's not about you.
Beautifully said. So
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you this before we go because I have to know, what are you working on next? What is the next for you?
girl. No. Well, we just finished the second season of Sacrifice, and I'm gonna tell you,
Mhm.
it's going to be something else. I'm so happy
Ooh.
with this storyline.
Mhm.
It's pretty daggone good. So
I'm
that'll
looking
be coming
forward to that.
yeah very soon, and I'm about 80% done with my album finally. I've really honed in on such a special project that I'm so, so excited about. And it's really, really, it really has come together in a magical way. And I'll be putting out some music
Mhm.
very soon. I'm not going to give a date because I've
Very
done that
timely.
before. Yeah, but it will come out soon. And I'm really excited for people to hear this.
Mhm.
I'm serious. This is something that I feel will shift the music industry just in a way that I feel is
Wow.
well overdue. I'm serious. And
Mhm.
I was anxious for a while in approaching my music again,
Mhm.
and I was not inspired, and I just asked God, like, Lord, what is happening? Because this has never happened to me before.
Mhm.
But just one day, the way he works, he's such a master positioner, and how all of this unfolded so beautifully, and how this music was crafted is something to tell. It's a story to tell one day, and it'll be told. But I'm really excited for this next project that's gonna come.
Beautiful. Now, your family must be so proud of you. I know how close you are to your mom. What about the rest of your family? And how proud are they of everything that you're doing right now?
My family is so encouraging. My mom, she's very, very proud. They know I've been through a lot, and
Mhm.
they've known me all my life. And my family has always been uh supportive, always been there. They know me as Ronnie, Ronnie running around here. They don't know
Mhm.
me. They know Veronica Ronnie, whatever, and they just they're proud. They've always been there. It's my family.
Mhm.
All the puff and fluff. They're like, yeah, okay. Just let us know when you're ready. And they've been very patient, and they understand, like, this takes a lot of time. you
Mhm.
know Sometimes people can try to you know pull you left and right, but they've been very, very understanding, and
Yeah.
respectful of this process. And it's made me take a step back and, like, you know what, I need to balance this a little bit better, because honestly, family is is really like the foundation of a lot of things. I know for me it is. And it's like all you have at the end of the day. So I'm like, let me balance this out. So I love
I
my
feel you
family.
on that one. I love, love. I tell people all the time, I don't know how I'd be able to do any of it without my family. I
That's right.
mean, they stand behind me, beside me, in front of me, like they're just there for the good
That's right.
times, for the bad times. It's so obvious how grounded you are, how spiritually present and connected you are. Your gift is incredible, but just you as a person is is even bigger than that. I know you said that earlier. We are not bigger than our gift, but you are such an amazing person. And thank you for
Thank
sharing the gift given to you by God with us, because trust me, we appreciate it. Thank you
thank
so much for being with us, beautiful. I hope that you
thank
continue to have the success that you've been riding on thus far. I look forward to
you.
everything that's coming from you.
I appreciate that so much. This was lovely. You are lovely. And
Thank you.
I'm happy to have shared this time and space with you.
Thank you. Whether you sing, you dance, act, or all three, what's clear is that talent is the result of hard work, belief in oneself, and a rock solid support system. It was an absolute joy speaking with V. Bozeman. Believe me, I could talk to her for hours. We want to hear what you have to say. Do you want to make it in this industry? Has this episode helped you? Hit us up on socials here and let us know. Who knows? Maybe one day it'll be you sitting here. And remember, when you know better, you do better. Bye bye for now.